Hello again everyone. The following video is on a poem. It is a beauteous evening, calm and free. This is the 10th poem on the list of English grade 12 poem curriculum. Here is some background on the author. You won't be examined on this, but is good to better understand the context of the poem. William Wordsworth was born in the United Kingdom in 1770. He died in 1850. He was one of the founders of the Romantic movement in poetry. He had a great love for nature. Here is some information we get from the title. The speaker is struck by the physical beauty of the evening and the mood it creates. The speaker views the scene through a spiritual lens and assures his believed to be his daughter. A short summary of the poem. He expresses his appreciation for the feeling of calmness he experiences in nature. He views the scene through a Christian religious lens and assures what we believe to his young daughter, that God's presence is omnipotent. He states that even if she does not express devotion to God, or spend time in a physical place of worship, God is always present. This reaction comes from her being seemingly unaffected by the incredible scene in front of them, seeing it as boring and normal. He ultimately praises God for the creation of nature. Let's look at the structure of the poem. This is an Italian sonnet consisting of 14 lines. The octave, first 8 lines, describes the breathtaking, peaceful atmosphere of the countryside, followed by a rhyme scheme of A-B-B-A-A-B-B-A. This means the first, fourth, the fifth, and 8th lines all rhyme with one another. The second, third, 6th, and 7th lines similarly rhyme with one another. The rhyme scheme in the sestet is C-D-E-C-E-D. The poem then switches from a description of nature to the speaker directly addressing his daughter in the sestet. The sestet serves as the speaker's comment on the beauty and spirituality of the scene. It is a beauteous evening, calm and free. Beauteous, beautiful. The atmosphere is very peaceful and tranquil. Evening is often the most gentle and quiet time of day. Calm suggests a mood that is peaceful, tranquil, and utterly quiet. Free implies free of stress or worries or pain. The holy time is quiet as a nun, breathless with adoration. Personification and simile add a religious element to the poem. Holy time, the quietness and respect for nature, is compared to a nun who is quiet as she is in prayer. She is close to God, breathless, cannot even hear her breathe. This emphasizes the silence. Just as the nun is breathless with adoration, poet's breath is taken away by the beauty of God's creation. It is so beautiful that it is almost impossible to breathe. The broad sun is sinking down in its tranquility. The broad sun, as the sun sets, it seems to become a large orange-red ball, and the colors of sunset stretch out across the horizon. This adds to the serene, peaceful atmosphere at the end of the day. Alliteration repeating S emphasizes the serene atmosphere. The gentleness of heaven broods o'er the sea. Personification, image of God calmly watching over the world. He is seen as a gentle, calm God. This adds to the peaceful atmosphere, the gentleness of heaven. God who broods, contemplates deeply. Heaven seems to watch over the sea below. Figuratively, God is watching over the world. This line marks the beginning of the link of God and nature in the poem. Listen. The mighty being is awake. Listen is a command, and the exclamation mark intensifies it and indicates the excitement of the speaker. A very quiet moment is broken by this imperative order. The poet wants his companion to be an active participant in the scene. Mighty being, capital letter, signifies God, and doth with his eternal motion make a sound like thunder everlastingly. Does, eternal motion, God who controls the constant movement of the waves, a sound like thunder. Simile, breaking waves sound like thunder, indicates power of nature and God. The thunderous sound of waves contrasts with the calm and quiet of lines 1 to 3. The dash creates a pause and emphasizes the word which follows, everlastingly. Without the pause, there would not be such a strong emphasis. It is the end of the octave, but it indicates that God's creation, and, by inference, God, is forever. Dear child. Dear girl. That walkest with me here, dear child. Dear girl. Repetition of dear makes the reader focus on the subject, his daughter, highlighting his love for his daughter. The exclamation marks show the tone and depth of his love. If thou appear untouched by solemn thought. Thy nature is not therefore less divine, untouched by solemn thought. His daughter seems uninterested and seems to show a lack of reverence for the beauty of God's creations, solemn the serious. Thy nature is not therefore less divine, just because she is not showing her feelings towards the scenery and seemingly is not verbalizing her wonder for the Creator. Does not mean that she has lost her reverence for God, even if she doesn't know or understand it now. She is still made of the same divine material as all creation. Even if she is not touched by the beauty of the scene. It does not mean she is removed from God or less spiritual. Thou liest in Abraham's bosom all the year. In Abraham's bosom, metaphor, in God's presence. Like a father holds a baby to protect it, the girl is unknowingly protected by God, all the year, always. God is always present to protect he. And worshipped at the temple's inner shrine. The temple's inner shrine, reference to nature, even if she does not express devotion to God or spend time in a physical place of worship, like a church. God is always present in nature. God being with thee when we know it not. Assonance, repetition of the E sound in being the, we, emphasizes God's presence. God is with you, even if you are not aware of it. We see the following themes in the poem: relationships, the relationship between father and daughter, or between man and God, or between man and nature. The holiness of nature. The speaker celebrates the majestic and holy beauty of nature. The speaker's language portrays the world as a divine creation capable of admiring its own handiwork. Human beings are a part of nature and thus part of the divine. Childhood and faith. The speaker addresses his dear child directly when she does not seem as awestruck as he is. He reasons that it is due to her age and innocence. Children are always close to God. They maintain a natural sense of faith and always wonder, so they do not react with the same solemn awe as adults do. So, he ultimately states that through her reaction, he rediscovers what children feel all the time. Her outward lack of reverence does not mean that she is any less holy or pious or capable of reverence. The speaker states categorically that children are the most holy and reverent of God's creatures, and we lose this as we grow and mature. Children are perpetually in Abraham's bosom, in God's presence. Abraham is a central patriarch and prophet. The tone is amazed or in awe, respectful or reverent and affectionate, and lastly the mood is meditative and calm or sense. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that I can upload more and better videos. This is Minds in Session.